the unforeseen rain of freedom. Thus, there's not a cloud in the sky, as the chemtrails drag in the aluminum partites. I call them partites because I'm going to end up calling this what I want. Whoever follows me, okay, will call it what they want. But if we all call it something different, we'll all get mixed up. So chemtrails for a basic, okay. But these chemtrails must get a number, okay. The number we're going to give them is 20 because they have no more authority to do what they're doing to get 21, to make a new creation of something. But this is what they are doing. They are creating the 21 eggs. How many eggs were there on Christmas? And what did they do with the eggs as the rabbit hopped around as we popped down the rabbit hole? Then we found ourselves with a rabbit talking like a chicken. Not laying eggs, but looking at the eggs and saying, hey man, you got the wrong place. You ever see Easter? It's all the wrong place, Easter. They got eggs where the rabbits are. Are they still confused? East. East, earth. East, terre. Terre in French means earth. Mix it up with French and English, my friends. Okay. Throw in a little Greek for the understanding and Hebrew to show you that it starts on the right. And then we know it starts on the left. If God didn't make it both ways, how would man ever see the actual truth of how creation came to be? He showed you a lot of directions so you couldn't make a mistake. Because he figures almost what is on one wall is on every wall. If it's a 6 on one wall, it's a 6 on every wall. Do you know how that is? Is every time, well, where did my cube go? Every time Rubik's Cube moves, okay, it always moves to the position and sits right where your hands are. Unless you move your hands, then it all changes. But the minute you move one wall in Rubik's Cube, that wall becomes replaced by another wall. And if all the colors are the same, well, you've got actually the same wall. Or even if it is different, when you turn Rubik's Cube and you get a different color this time, you're only going to get the color that's been attached to it once before. Do you understand what I'm saying? Left of E is D, right of E is F, period. There's no more. Oh, I'm halfway between A and B. Where the fuck are you? Halfway between A and B. How do you do that? Well, I'm B and I'm halfway. And I'm A and I'm half, but I'm not all of anything. God becomes one of Alpha and one of Bet. I keep calling her the female. Everybody calls her Mother Nature. Okay? But it is Bet and the elements of Bet, okay, with the ingredients of our noble that gets to create in this world. Why? Even though it's an electronic world, we still need the sand. We still need the element of touch. It's a matter of something. Has anybody actually said this? Listen to this. Forget about Egypt, okay? But the old gunfights and everything. Do you know 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, okay, is all you really have to do to explain the 7 worlds. Why? 7, 14, 21, 3. Now we create 28. Okay, now we have the first part of creation. 7 more, 28. Now we have the heavens of the 8. The only thing we're missing now is that birth. So now we have to add in a 6th world where the birth comes in. And then a 7th world where man makes birth and creates. So 3 more worlds come in. So once you had 4 and 6, you now end up as 7. Now man is part of the 7th gate. The 52 cycle of the movement of this planet. Numbers move. Things turn. Hold on a second. Let me drink some of my coffee. Oh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Now, how to get my coffee in my mouth? It's in there. Come on, coffee. You're gonna come out. I gotta ask my coffee if it's gonna come out. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. It's my coffee. Now it's in there. You see it at the bottom? There ain't very much. But I want it here. Now, how do we do that? Oh, wait a second. There's something wrong now. My coffee's not standing straight. It's not straight. Oh my God, it's tilting over. As it tilts over, I look in the cup and it seems like it's coming to the top. How is that possible? How is my coffee at the bottom coming to the top? Because I have put water level with earth. It's running. I bumped into a few things today, and I don't know if I can actually tell you them. But number 34, okay, is the letter count for number 1. 43, the opposite, totals at a 7, 7, and the number of Christ. CHR 3829. Okay, I 29, 38. S and T total 39. So you would have 38 and 39, which be total of 77, the number of Christ. The number of the cross is 74. The number of time is 47. 4 by 7 is the 28 days. 7 and 4 is 11. 28 and 11 equals 39. 39 is the representation of a perfect 10, meaning the 10, the cycle of the 10. 10 months, we have 4 months of 30 days. Why? Because of the 10 worlds, 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. And the other 10 worlds, 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 2 and 8. That's the other one. Altogether, we all know what it says. And we all know what we left off was the rabbit's hole, of course. But did you know everything seems to calculate in the rabbit's hole? Have you ever checked out this? Give me 3 numbers in the middle of your telephone, up to 100, whatever you want. See, irregardless of what you're going to give me, I'm going to tell you it like this. 95 is a passage. It's also in the passage. Why is it the passage? Because 9 and 5 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. The beginning of pi is 3.1415. But why don't we look at pi a different way? Instead of going point, let's give that point a 0. Make it bigger, valued at 0. But if we valued it at 0, it would be omega, and it would count for 1.5. Once you change that dot in pi, I'm going to show you and try and explain it to you. 3.1415, okay? But once you change this dot, okay, what do you put that value at? We're never really sure, because this and this dot would make a total of 10, but this dot in his own area, okay, is a value of 0. But now this 0 is the 15th letter in the alphabet, which is equal to this one, okay? This becomes the 15th letter in the alphabet. 15, 1 plus 5 equals 6. Now we have 3 here, and what this point was over here is equal to 6. And not only that, there's another way to do this. Once you bring 3, okay, and the dot you change to 15, okay, it is that 15. This dot moves. It's automatically 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5. And that's the end of pi. 6, 5, 6, 3, 6, 5, 6. And the total of this is 92. 9 and 2 is 11, and the opposite of 11 is 99 to bring it to a 10, 10. So pi actually ends right after they put this period over here. 1, 4, and 1, 5, if you really want to know what it looks like. Okay, I'll show you. The star kite that you see would be the 1, 3 world. You see the X, the way it's tied and pinned up like on the cross? Okay, what this actually is. Just give me a second. What this is almost like the double shin, because it's actually one line down here. Here to here is one line. Here to here is one line. That is one world. The other world, okay, is the same thing. Here to here is one line, 1 and 9. Here to here is 3 and 7. Okay, but this time you go up and down. Okay, because man stands and lives, and he goes east to west on his way, basically to heaven. There's more to that. Did you like this little design I made? Okay, I'm not really sure what it's going to be, but you ever see the pharmaceutical sign? It's actually showing you being one of the drugs. We are the drugs. They've been every time. Oh, you're born? Oh, set him up for an appointment for some needles. He's got to come in and have needles. What the fuck for? I took my son for it, and I'm very pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually know what they're giving, because some of them are really a wasteless case. Okay? They brought disease in here. We're almost obligated because of them. Then the element and flow in our body, because they don't only put something in to fix it. Don't you know penicillin comes from horses' pee? Can't you figure out what a horse does? A horse needs blinders. It runs crooked. You know what I'm saying? We're getting penicillin from a horse who can't even go to the racetrack and run a whole mile without bending his ass crooked at least once, or jumping off because he forgot what he was doing because he was so damn dumb he wasn't sure what he needed to do. So you know what they did to the horse? They got Clydesdales. They slowed them down and made them strong, and they became smart all of a sudden. Sometimes too fast is no good. Sometimes too fast makes you dumb because you can't keep up. You can't keep up because you're so split apart that you're actually in the right ranking to be. If somebody asked me where I was, I'd tell them I'm in the middle of everything. It would be unfair for me to be biased and say I was here or there. Hey, where are you? In vision to what you see, I'm directly in front of you. But sometimes it would be mind-boggling. Like somebody, imagine a cop saying, "Are you feeling well?" And I'm trying to think to myself, should I let him know how I'm feeling, or should I tell him about all my feelings? So I look at the cop and I go, "Do you want to know if I'm feeling well? Is that correct?" And the cop would go, "Yes, I'd like to know if you're feeling well." I go, "Are you interested? Because I'm not busy later if you'd like." That's what I'd probably tell him. And then again, am I feeling well? Well, in which well does your vision pass for how the feeling is to be? You want to see something that I did 7 years ago? I just saw it right now. I made the gimmel in 2 parts, okay, as a doorway, someone walking to a doorway. It also looks like 2 Y's and a cup. But, do you see it over there? Okay, now how can I explain where it is? Okay, there it is, right in the center, next to the green doorknob. There's 2 Y's. It looks like a cuff. It looks like a dalet. Okay, there's a couple of Hebrew letters in there. I don't know how I got them in there. Okay, this is what I first did like the first month that I got sick 7 years ago to bipolar disorder, where I put in that black sun, okay, the hidden secret, into the green life of the colorful magic that rays inside the seas and turns over what is next. Did you see the dalet in there? See the dalet in there? There's a lot of things in there. Ah, my face. God, thank you for giving me 1, 3, 5, and 6. You don't understand? Oh, yes, 1 is the letter A. The 6 is the F, and F and A is fa. The 3 is the C, and that's a fac. That's a big fac. FAC is the biggest fac in your life you'll never see in your life. And then at the end, of course, is 5. 6135 says face in the letter now. Just go look in the alphabet right now. Not only that, 6 is who you are. And why? Because God goes A, B, C, D, okay, and he is D, and you're F. 2 more, 2 higher, so you're 6. The angle towards you is 4. You are 6. All right, why are you 7? Why are you 8? Why are you 9? Why are you 10? Why are you 11? Because 6 is on the first cube. You're not actually 6. You would be 60. And the terminology for 60 is number 4. There's so many things that go back and forth. I don't go over everything to see what the truth is. I know the truth is there because I know how to work the numbers, okay? Whether my definition that I have inflicted on these coordinates have all the bearing to what these numbers are all about, but I'm just taking out numbers from the hat right now. But the answers I'm giving are the real answers, okay? Don't forget, if I am the center, I will take one from the left, I will take one from the right. If I am the center, I will take one from the left, and I will give it to the one on the right, making the one on the right twice, 3 times, how much stronger? Where it was 4, if you take it away, it remains 4 because it is on the left. But when you take it away from it, it automatically must go with it. So 4 goes inside of 5. When you grab 6, you bring 6 inside of 5. You now have 5.5 to one direction, and 5.4 to the other direction, and 5.6. Anyways, just to the last hurrah, that's 6, okay? If man starts at 6 after birth, he goes for the 7th gate in his own creation and brings the child into his own world. 6 and 7 is 13, and 8 is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3, and that's what we have done. Raphael, 7286. I'm going to try and do as many things as I could. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you. The 7th letter, the 14th letter, the 21st letter. Okay, the 28th letter. G-N-U-A. Ghana. You think somebody chose to do it this way? The 7th, the 14th, the 21st for Ghana, or just G-U-N for gun? It's the same thing with the 6. We say it's lox, we say it's a fox. We also call it a lexos in fox. These are all worlds. Anyways, in this world over here, what would happen, like I said, is once this goes up against this, it can lose now. You see, it can lose. 15, 14, it has 1 to lose. So if 14 took away from here, you would have 1. Then you would have 1, 1, 5, which is 1, V1, which is 2 1s. It's hard to explain. How can I show you it? You see, it's basically like this, 4, 5, 6, and then these 2 sticks both go on this side, so just the totality of these 2 sticks with the 5 is now 7 of the 7th gate. Of the 5 is the V of the 2 sticks, of the 2, the weekend and the 5 days of the week, the 52 in the month, in the year. Whatever you want to do. I'm still getting into metric time. I said I was going to do it, but nobody seems to come back and say, okay, do it. I want to do it where somebody can get involved because it's going to get big. Metric times are going to be one of my harder but easiest things to do because there's not much of a definition I have to put on it. And don't forget, as you're creating metric time, something that's already going on in life right now will come about. As in a pregnancy, something happened in the past, because it is numbers that happened. I'm going to put these numbers against time and see how metric time, because regular time seems to have a crazy 365 days in a year. I have to somehow remove that or integrate that into doing something else where we get the correct time, and then things in time in our past might say, oh my God, and we'll start saying, oh my God, why? Because now time will be like a game. When you play tennis, it's 15, 15, and then the other amount of add-ons and whatever. Every sport has a different kind of time. We have to come back to a time where this world is the game of I am and that's it. I am and it. That's it. That's what this world is all about. So what we have to do, because it's I am it, it means what game are we playing? We're playing a game everybody can play. Do the best you can for love and honor, in others for murder and to destroy, in others to live in the glory and to live off the backs of the others. This is a world where the mind will learn. We already know. We were up in heaven before the electronics were passed on onto us as a birth. So we already know the game. Okay, we never want to die because it's the freakiest thing in the world, you know, when the mind knows, oh, you're transferring on to a new area, and we're not supposed to know these things. Oh, what area are we going on to? Maybe one day we'll all get to go to the planet Earth and see what the real Earth is all about. You really think there were dinosaurs here? Not too sure about that. Not too sure about that. Maybe the dinosaur bones were here. Well, I mean, God can build anything, can't he? He built us. So why can't he build a few bones that look like dinosaurs from the first time? Sure, I believe dinosaurs used to talk. Sure, dinosaurs probably did talk. Now, whether they talked English or not, I'm not quite sure, because the language has been passed on and has been changed through time. You know what I'm saying? When somebody sees a dinosaur and says something special, it's because the dinosaur talks. He sort of has to get that sound in to blend in with it so the dinosaur doesn't see him. But what I'm actually talking about in dinosaurs is we live in the old world where the saints are the letters we write of the letters of the saints that we write that become us of who we are. This is who we are, my friends. This is all we are. We have come out into this world. I don't know if it's like that. Hold on a second. Okay, guys. Who are we? My name is Ronnie. I think I'm funny. I came into this world because I want to spend my money. But then they short panted me. They put me in diapers for a couple of years and said, hey, baby, have no fears. There's going to be an angel coming into you very soon. Very soon you will be able to see those little baby tunes. And look, oh, wow, I've entered into a body. I no longer need my keyboard, but I feel that it is my keyboard that helps me to bring in everything in my knowledge. But wait, I see an angel. An angel in the passage. Oh, and the queen has risen to a king. As I see the seventh gate, we move out towards the angle, and then we play the silly soon that we will be delivered to this planet so very soon. 135 degrees to number 9 says a birth time and date would be very fine. It would be for mine forever till the end of time. And then all of a sudden you got a birth date. And with your birth dates came the real sexual value. The real sexual value. The numbers in a new order. Other than coming in, bringing in the 9 birth of the 7th gate, you see these 2 brackets? Because it's 90, okay? It's the 9-0 level. But here you have your numbers to life. If you can only understand them as well as you understand the commandments and the reason and of what we are here, because sometimes religion would be great if we understood and believed more in the story. But we come out here and we tap our finger on number 9. When we come out, we give go of the rattle at the age of 6, but we came into the creation of 3. Don't you see the dot? There's that 3-point dot of pi that goes on. Do you see the way it goes? It transfers over right next to omega, in which 1, 2, 3 does create the 6. And the O, which is the 15th letter, does create the 6. And the dot creates the 10, which creates the 1, which is 1.1. 1.1, 1.15. Why did I say before what I did? I don't remember. Too bad for me, eh? Anyways, we're going to leave it be. I like to leave that on the screen at the end. Raphael 7286. You see that 41? That's the Mediterranean. Okay? When it points out to the 6-8, which is my 6-8, that's the inherited heaven. But your real world, okay, is the 41. Directly connected right after the Mediterranean, okay, becomes the 6 dice by 6 would be 42, would be 7 times. 42 is 7 times, okay, but it ends up going to 54. I don't know, how can I explain this? Wow. When you put one spirit on here, we've reached the Mediterranean. The first one off of go. You only have one spirit. It's only a total of 5. You must match sticks first at 6 in order to run as a 5 angel resident of the E world, which would equal to 6, a completed letter. The F is made by at least 2 letters. One is A and one is E, because the bottom of the E footing is cut by the A angel in order to create that F with only 2 parts sticking out. And the part that sticks it over here is the 5 connection. Okay, so then anyways, just to show you, 5 and 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 11. 4 and 5 is 9, 5 and 6 is 11. What is in between 5? That is what it's in between. 5 by 6 is 30, 5 plus 6 is 11. This is the Mediterranean. 30 days, 4 months out of the year. We add one more stick, 42. That makes the 24 hours in the day, and it tells you all your numbers. Okay, but it goes up to 54. Because we must have 54. All we have is 5, 5, 6. At 54 here, we would have 9 and 11 put together as a separation. Let me see if I can write this down. Plus 13 equals 54. Plus 2 is 56. This is 4 and 2. So what happens is, remember I told you 4 and 2? Well, here's 3 and 1 is 4, and here's your 2. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5, 4 plus 2 is 6. We get back to the beginning. What I actually did in here, if you take a look, this means birth. Okay, so we recreated a birth from the numbers we started with, 41. And we came back to the beginning. And 54 cards, okay, is 52 cards in the deck. And then you remove 1 ace because of you, but you put in the 2 jokers to make the 56. Raphael 72, 86. I'm not really sure where to go, but if you ever see the number 39, okay, something has been put together to happen. Okay, when you see that number, something has been put together to happen. Could be good, could be really bad. It's number 10. Okay, T-E-N. The net on the computer could be very good, very bad. Well, that's what 10 is all about. It means concrete's going to happen between the creation and the actual birth of whatever it is. It's a pregnancy. It's an angle of 135 degrees twice. And the pregnancy of a woman, I'm telling you. Another thing, there's so many other things. Forget it. The arrow bar, Ronnie, stop. Raphael 7286.